Good afternoon, everyone. This is Coach Matt with our Tuesday workout. Let's begin today with 3 rounds through following sequence. On your feet for jumping jacks, and then we'll be on the ground for most of the rest of this. So hamstring curls with the band is the first exercise. So the way I like to do this is mounted right to the base of the rig. My hand is between my knees, and I'm gonna walk out until I got good tension on that band. Plant one hand forward, heel goes up through the band, and then toes down, and then with the other leg, right? So now it's wrapped around my heels. I let myself gently to the ground, and I'm doing hamstring curls. Try to get your heels all the way to your butt if you can. When you're done, one foot out and the other foot out, if you can do that. Come on. All right, seated hip swivels is next. All right, so this is kind of our, we call it 90-90 position. So I'd like 90 degrees on both knees. The bottom of my foot is near the top of my knee. My hands are planted pretty close to my butt, and I'm gonna rotate to the opposite side, keeping my shoulders pointed in the same direction. And if you wanna make this a little harder, lean further forward, right? That makes it a little bit tougher. Try to keep your feet planted, don't let them slide out, and then reel back in like that, okay? Last one is scorpion stretch. So now I'm on my tummy, arms out to the side, and rolling around trying to get my heel towards my hand on the opposite side, right? Get through the sequence of those exercises, and then let's practice our exercises for the workout. So it's gonna be an American kettlebell swing, a toes to bar, and a burpee to target. This is a 7-round for time workout, but the rounds are very short. So our goal in this workout is in the low teens range for time. So it is a relatively high intensity workout. So pick exercises where you can do the whole round, or at least the set of different exercises without stopping. So I'm gonna do 7 toes to bar, or 7 hanging leg raises, 7 hanging knee raises, or 7 lying leg raises. This is a shoulder and core exercise. So we'll start hanging from the bar, and if you can get your knees above parallel, that's great. If you can get your toes to the bar, even better, right? But go for 7 reps of that. Then we're gonna go to 7 American kettlebell swings. So that is from the hips all the way to that overhead position with the heavy kettlebell, right? And then our last one is burpee to a target that is 6 inches above my vertical reach. So for me, this bar is a pretty good one. So I'm touching the bottom bar. So what I'll do is I'll do my burpee and try to touch the top bar every time, and that'll be my 6 inch above my vertical reach target, right? If you wanna pick anything else, right? If there's a convenient dot on the rig, or if there's a convenient cinder block on the wall, those are totally fine, but I wanna see everyone reaching up overhead and is 6 inches above my 2-hand vertical reach, okay? 7 rounds of that for time. When you finish, there is some optional extra credit that is written into the workout. I'm gonna go over it briefly here, but specifically on the GHD machine, make sure you get some instruction from a coach on those 2 exercises if you have not done them before, because there are ways to do that wrong that can be tough on your back, okay? So GHD sit-ups, GHD back extensions, GHD or glute ham raises are the 2 complex. So there's an ab set, and then there's a posterior chain set afterwards. Then we'll do our band shoulder raises. So this is another complex where I'll be use the same band for all of this. But the first one is an upright row. So I'm pulling from my hips up to my chin, trying to keep my thumbs near my body and my elbows higher than my hands. And then in the same position, I'm doing my 45-degree raise. So this is the band over the top of my hand, and I'm raising my arms straight out, slightly above parallel at a 45-degree angle away from my body, and then I'm grabbing the band. You can do either one side or both sides, and doing my pull apart. And on this one, elbows straight, and I'm grabbing approximately shoulder width, squeezing my shoulder blades together until I touch my chest. The next one is my front foot elevated split squat, and I forgot my plates on the other side of the room here. With a weight, without a weight, for a stretch or for a lift. So many variations on this exercise, but what is universal about it is that we want to gently push into the limit of range of motion, both in the knee and the Achilles and the hip flexor on the trailing leg, okay? So if this causes you pain, or if you feel restriction, then I want you to get near the rig, and I want you to support yourself in the bottom position with your hands on the rig or on a bar in the rack. right? But the emphasis here needs to be on stretching the quad muscle, stretching the calf and the Achilles, and then pressing out of that bottom position with those same muscles. And that helps to strengthen the muscles at that extreme range of motion. And that is extremely potent for reducing pain in the knee and building strength through the full range of motion. It's a very, very useful exercise. So get 8 reps on each side of that. And then the last one is dumbbell pullover. So now I've got my dumbbell on the bench, and I like to lay perpendicular to the bench, but you can lay with the bench if you like to. But reach all the way up overhead, elbows past the arms, and then pull up over the top of your body, right? And we're doing that for 8, okay? That is it for our extra credit. And again, make sure you ask about the technique on the GHD sit-up, GHD back extension. And if you would rather do something like a V sit-up, ab mat sit-up, and good mornings or some RDLs, that is fine too, okay? Have a great Tuesday. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.